Hey, what up, guys? Just got done watching this movie called The Curse of La Llorona. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I missed this in theaters, so I decided to just pick it up the day it came out in Blu-ray. That's what I'm doing with a lot of movies now. I have terrible theater experiences. Like, just kids are annoying throughout every one, so I rather just save the money I'd spend on a ticket for the most part now and just buy the Blu-ray when it comes out or the 4K. Um, with the slight exception, like I'm obviously going to see it in theaters. I'm going to see the Joker movie in theaters, but stuff like this, like throwaway movies that I don't need to go. Like especially a movie like this, it was probably brutal in theaters with like teen kids and stuff. But this is the not even the most recent entry in the Conjuring universe anymore. I think another Annabelle film came out after this. I didn't see that in theaters, obviously. I'm pretty sure that came out already, but and it had to do with the Warrens and stuff. But yeah, this is just another one of these entries in the Conjuring universe. It's more Spanish oriented. It takes place in L.A. and Linda Cardellini from Freaks and Geeks and Bloodline and Scooby Doo and a tons of stuff. She plays the mother of these two kids, and she's like a social worker for kids, and she ends up kind of being responsible for the death of this one woman's two kids, having to do with like the social workers and this whole curse of this woman where if you hear her crying, and she's like from the 1600s, old Spanish folk tale, where if you hear her crying, she's basically coming to snatch your kids up. And yeah, that's basically the story. The kids end up hearing her, like Linda Cardellini's kids end up hearing the woman crying, and basically Linda Cardellini's trying to stop uh, La Llorona from snatching her kids up. And it was cool seeing Tuco from Breaking Bad. I don't know his real name, but he played. If you've seen Breaking Bad, you'll instantly recognize him. And he plays a good guy in this, which is kind of an interesting switch up. He doesn't usually play a good guy from what I've seen him in, because I've seen him in some other stuff. He was also in Better Call Saul. But this takes place in the 70s. It does have some things that ties it into the Conjuring universe, namely the priest, and he also mentions Annabelle. So there are some tie-ins with that. I overall enjoyed it. I think it's the best Conjuring spinoff I've seen so far. It obviously doesn't hold a candle to Conjuring 1 or 2, but I'd say it's better than the two Annabelle films I've seen, and it's better than The Nun for sure. And I'm pretty sure that's the only Conjuring spinoff so far. I don't think I'm missing any, but yeah, it's the best one so far. I'm interested to see the new Annabelle. Um, it looks promising, so we'll see. But so far, this is the best spinoff easily. And now, one complaint I have though with this, I have two complaints with this movie. One is they show the woman's face way too much. Like you could tell it's CGI, and it's a problem I have with horror movies today in general. Is they just feel like they got to show so much with CGI and stuff. It's the same with like the new Pennywise, which I love the new It, but there's just too much CGI in it. There's too much stuff that just looks fake, and it just takes me out of the movie. And it's the same with this, and it's the same with pretty much every Conjuring spinoff, even some parts of the Conjuring and the Conjuring 2. Like the tall man for the crooked man, for example, I think looks like absolute garbage. And the Conjuring 2, because it just takes me out because it looks phony. And there's a lot of scenes where the woman's face just looks phony, and it's one of those things where if they would have kept her face covered by the veil, it would have been so much more creepier. It just looked terrible, the face. But and another my other complaint is there's a lot of scenes where it has some kind of suspense to it and everything, and like clockwork, there has to be a jump scare. Like it's a Conjuring universe, I get it. There has to be jump scares, but it's like there was some really genuine kind of creepy moments, like when the kid first sees La Llorona, and I forget what the little trench is called. It's some big famous LA spot, but he's in the near a fence and he hears the crying, and he looks up and you see La Llorona like creepily walking slow towards him, and of course there's a jump scare, and I gotta add it's the same exact jump scare from the trailer of The Nun. Like it ruined the whole scare. Like it would have been actually eerie if it didn't have this annoying jump scare, and it's just the big problem with this. It's one of these things. I think it's the best Conjuring spinoff, but that's not a high bar at all. Like the movie is okay at best. It's nothing great. I probably won't rewatch it for another 10 years. Um, I want to say I regret paying $20 for it, but it is whatever. I don't. I'm not bummed I spent that, but I definitely wouldn't recommend going to your local Walmart and paying $20 for it. I'd wait for it to go to $9.99, and I guarantee you in 2 months it will be $9.99. Just like the Nun 4K, I bought that brand new for $25, and now it's on sale for $10 everywhere. So I'm kind of living and learning with these kind of movies. Pretty much anything Conjuring related, unless it's The Conjuring 3. I'm just going to wait for it to go on sale because I'm always bummed with these spin offs. But I've rambled on enough about it. Anyways, guys, peace.